Today we're going to dive into some of those small, almost invisible habits that can completely change how people see you. The tricky part is, you might not even realize you're doing them.
I mean, have you ever really stopped to think about this? You see someone who's just incredibly kind, always there for everyone, and yet they're the ones who seem to get overlooked or just plain taken for granted. It feels completely backward, doesn't it?
So here's the thing. The answer is absolutely not to stop being kind. The real issue is hiding in these tiny, everyday habits that are quietly sending out a signal that you don't really value yourself. And let's be honest, if you don't value you, it's pretty hard for anyone else to. So my promise to you is that by the end of this, you'll be able to spot these habits, and you'll have a game plan to change that signal and reclaim the respect you deserve.
And this leads us right into something we can call the kindness paradox. It's that strange situation where your best intentions, your desire to help people, actually end up working against you, leaving you feeling just drained and disrespected.
And it usually shows up in one of three ways. You become the unofficial therapist for all your friends, you're the person who just can't say no to a request, or you're the one who ends up soaking up everyone else's stress like a sponge. Now, these all come from a really good place, but they create a dynamic that's completely one-sided.
Okay, let's break down that first one, being the psychologist. You know that friend, right? The one who calls you just to vent about the same old problems over and over again? You listen, you give great advice, you're super supportive, they hang up feeling better, but you're left holding all of their heavy emotional baggage. For them, nothing really changes, but for you, your energy is just gone.
And what happens then? Well, your kindness starts to get treated less like a gift and more like a utility, an on-demand service. People know they can count on you for a favor, for your time, for your energy, but the second you need something, suddenly everyone's busy. They vanish. It's such a clear sign that you're being seen as a resource to be used, not a person to be valued.
But here's the thing, it's not just about what we do. So often, it's the very words we use that give away our power. Our language can send these subconscious signals to everyone around us that we're not so sure of ourselves.
And what's kind of wild is just how common these are. So many of us do them without even thinking about it. We over-explain our choices, we apologize for just taking up space, we make jokes at our own expense, or we just brush off a compliment. Each one, bit by bit, chips away at our own credibility.
Let's make this super clear with an example. Imagine a coworker asks you to take on more work. Look at the response on the left. It's apologetic, it's full of excuses, it practically invites them to push back. It signals a lack of confidence. Now look at the one on the right. It's calm, it's firm, and it's crystal clear. It respectfully ends the conversation. Remember, a firm no to them is a powerful yes to yourself and your own well-being.
And this brings us to the whole sorry habit. When you say things like, "Sorry, can I just ask a quick question?" or "Sorry to bother you," before you even say what you need to say. You're not a bother. You have every right to ask a question, to share an opinion, to just exist. When you apologize for those basic things, you're literally teaching people that what you have to say isn't that important.
And what about those self-deprecating jokes? Yeah, they can feel harmless, maybe like you're just being humble or trying to break the ice. But when it's a habit, you're basically handing people a permission slip to see you in that negative light. The first time, you tell the joke. The next time, maybe they join in. And before you know it, it's not a joke anymore. It's just how they see you.
Does that sound familiar? Someone gives you praise for your work, something you worked really hard on, and that's your immediate response? That one little phrase completely erases all the effort, the skill, and the time you poured into it. Owning your achievements isn't about being arrogant. It's about simply acknowledging your own value.
Okay, so we've talked about our actions and our words, but let's go even deeper now, into those critical moments when your respect is actually being challenged right in front of you. How you respond in that instant, well, it changes everything.
Just picture this for a second. You're in a meeting, you share an idea you're really excited about, and a colleague just kind of scoffs or says something dismissive like, "Oh, we tried that years ago," or "That'll never work." So what's the immediate gut reaction for so many of us? To just shrink. That little voice in your head kicks in, right? Just let it go. It's not worth it. Don't make things awkward. We choose silence because we want to avoid conflict. But here's the tough truth. That silence, it speaks volumes. In that moment, your silence isn't neutral. It's an answer. It's a lesson. You are actively teaching that person and everyone else watching that it is okay to treat you and your ideas that way. Your silence gives them permission to do it again next time.
So how do you start reclaiming that space?
Well, it's not about being aggressive or starting a fight. It's about calmly and firmly holding your ground. It means addressing disrespect when it happens, letting go of that deep-seated need for everyone to like you, and making sure your physical presence says, "I'm confident," before you even open your mouth.
And that brings us to our physical presence, because your body language often says way more than your words do. Just look at the difference here. On one side, slumped shoulders, avoiding eye contact, it just screams uncertainty, even if your words are strong. But on the other side, standing tall, making direct eye contact, that sends a clear, powerful message. I believe in myself and I believe in what I'm saying.
So when you pull back and look at all of this, our actions, our words, how we react, it all really points back to one fundamental truth. The respect you get from the outside world is almost always a direct reflection of the respect you have for yourself.
If there's one thing I really hope you take away today, it's this. Setting boundaries, saying no when you need to, and standing up for yourself is not mean. It's not aggressive. It's a profound act of self-valuation. It's a calm, quiet confidence that simply says, I matter.
So, what does this path actually look like? Well, you can boil it down to these 3 steps. First, get clear on your own boundaries, what you will and won't accept. Second, when you speak, do it with conviction, without all the apologies and over-explaining. And third, learn to value your own contributions, own your successes.
As we wrap up, I just want to leave you with a question to think about. You don't have to fix everything all at once. Just think about the one habit we talked about today that really hit home for you. What is one small change you can start making, maybe even today?
Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. If you found this helpful, it would mean the world if you'd give it a like and subscribe for more just like it. I'll see you in the next one.